The lights in the Grand Paris showroom dim. Vivian Duval stands on her marble platform, arms crossed, eyes slicing through me like cheap fabric. Her voice echoes, cold, sharp, final. Darling, Duval Couture does not dress that silhouette. We have standards. The room goes dead silent. My supposed friend Chloe Reed just stands there, lips pursed, not saying a word. I feel every eye on my body, every whisper, and in that moment I almost break. But what if? What if the woman they humiliated that day didn't crawl away in shame? What if she turned around, smiled sweetly, and bought the entire damn empire they thought was untouchable? What if your worst public humiliation was actually the first step to owning everything they loved? Stick with me. This is my story. My name is Jade Sinclair. I live in a world most people only see on Instagram. Private jets to Milan, front row at Fashion Week, invitations to dinners where one wrong fork costs more than a car. I built my fortune quietly, smart tech investments, silent stakes in luxury startups, a digital empire no one saw coming. But I never flaunted it. I liked moving through the fashion crowd like I belonged without anyone knowing I could buy the room. I had the curves God gave me, the confidence to wear them, and the dream of one custom Duval gown for the biggest gala of my life. Life felt golden, almost perfect, except something always felt off. Like the smiles were a little too tight, like the compliments had tiny thorns. I ignored it. Big mistake. It started small. I booked a private fitting at Duval's atelier. Vivian herself agreed to see me. Rare honor, Chloe told me. She's picky, Jade, but she'll love your vibe, Chloe said, squeezing my arm like we were sisters. I walked in wearing my favorite tailored blazer, size 14, fitted perfectly. Vivian took one look, tilted her head, and said, we may need to adjust expectations. I laughed it off. Nerves, right? But then she pulled out the sample gown. A size 4. She held it up against me like I was a mannequin that didn't fit the mold. And that's when the crack appeared. Vivian smiled, thin, practiced. Darling, it's not personal. It's art. Duval Couture celebrates a very specific aesthetic. Chloe jumped in fast. She's right, Jade. You're stunning, but maybe we start with alterations. Or something more forgiving. Forgiving. That word stung worse than the rest. I felt my cheeks burn. I tried to push back. I thought custom meant made for me. Vivian laughed, light, cruel. Custom has limits, Sherry. We don't compromise the vision. Chloe touched my shoulder. It's okay. We'll find something else. Don't take it to heart. But her eyes said something different. They said, you should have known your place. I left the atelier in a daze. Tears in the car. Humiliation burning in my chest. I replayed every word, every glance. And then it hit me, like ice water down my spine. What if this wasn't just about a dress? What if Vivian and Chloe had been laughing behind my back for months? What if the friendship I thought I had with Chloe was just her playing nice until she could report every insecurity back to her boss? What if the people I trusted most in this glittering world saw me as a joke? That night I didn't sleep. I stared at the ceiling, and something inside me shifted, not to tears, to cold, clear fury. The next morning I dug. Quietly. I pulled strings, old contacts, private investigators, financial trails most people can't touch. Turns out Chloe had been feeding Vivian details for over a year. Screenshots of my texts about feeling not thin enough. Photos I'd sent her in confidence. She'd even joked in group chats. Jade wants the gown, but good luck fitting that. Vivian had laughed. Emoji hearts. And the worst part, they'd planned the humiliation. Made sure staff were there to witness it. Made sure I'd never forget. It wasn't rejection. It was execution. I sat on my balcony overlooking the city. Phone in hand. Messages from Chloe. Hope you're okay, babe. It's not the end of the world. I almost replied, almost begged for an explanation. Tears came hard, ugly, choking sobs. I thought about deleting everything, fading out of the scene, letting them win. I almost did. Almost. But then I wiped my face, looked in the mirror, saw the woman they tried to erase, and I smiled. Not a weak smile, a predator smile. I whispered to my reflection, they don't get to write my ending. I opened my laptop, pulled up the financials. Duval Couture was overleveraged. Bad deals. Silent partners pulling out. Vivian's empire was a house of cards. And I held the wind. 4 weeks I played the perfect victim. I posted soft selfies, sad eyes, vague captions. Thankful for real friends. Chloe ate it up, sent me flowers, called me brave. Meanwhile, my team moved in silence. Shell companies, proxy buyers. We scooped up shares, quietly, surgically. I became the largest silent stakeholder. Vivian never saw it coming. Neither did Chloe. One night Chloe called late. Jade, I heard rumors. Some mystery buyers circling Duval stock. You wouldn't know anything, right? Her voice was sweet, too sweet. I laughed lightly. Me? I'm just trying to heal, Chloe. She pushed. If you hear anything, tell me. Vivian stressed. I almost slipped, almost let anger leak. But I breathed. Of course. You're my girl. She bought it. Barely. Here's where it gets delicious. Vivian needed cash, fast. She announced a limited partnership round. Begged investors to double down. I let my shell companies flood in. Big checks. Big promises. Vivian signed the papers herself, grinning, thinking she'd saved her baby. What she didn't know, those new partners answered to me, and I was about to call the board meeting of her life. The boardroom. Glass walls. Paris skyline behind us. Vivian at the head of the table. Perfect hair. Perfect suit. Perfect arrogance. Chloe beside her, notepad ready. I walked in last. No announcement. Just me, in a custom gown I'd had made elsewhere. Curse hugged. Power screaming. Vivian blinked. Jade! This is a close meeting. I smiled. Not anymore. I slid the folder across the table. Proof of ownership, 51%. Controlling stake. The room froze. Chloe's pen dropped. I didn't yell. I didn't need to. I spoke calmly. Effective immediately, Duval Couture is rebranding. Inclusive sizing. New vision. New leadership. Vivian laughed, nervous. You can't. I already did. I turned to Chloe. And you're fired. For breach of trust. Leaked messages. Corporate espionage, it's all documented. Chloe went white. Vivian tried to stand. I raised one finger. Sit. She sat. I continued. Your name stays on the label for now. But your access, drained. Your influence, erased. You'll watch from the outside while I make this brand what it always should have been. They had nothing left to say. I walked out of that building taller. The gala I'd been denied. I hosted my own. Wore the gown I deserved. Curves on full display. Every camera flash felt like victory. Vivian faded, quietly removed from her own circles. Chloe disappeared from the scene. And me. I felt lighter, stronger, free. So here's what I learned. Trust your gut when the smiles feel sharp. What if the people closest to you are the ones sharpening the knives? What if the humiliation they hand you is the key to your freedom? Listen to that quiet voice inside. It's usually right. And when it's time, don't just walk away. Take the throne. If you've ever been made to feel too much, too loud, too anything, know this, you're not too much. They're just too small. What if hitting that like button right now is your first quiet step toward claiming your power? What if subscribing means you join my inner circle, the women who refuse to shrink? Drop a comment below. Have you ever had someone try to dim your light, and what did you do about it? I read every single one. We rise together. See you in the next story. Stay fierce.